Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Just thought I'd share my views on the new Jurassic World ride that came out in California in Universal Studios.
Give me every time.
Now, basically what they did is they updated, for those that don't know, they updated the old Jurassic Park ride, which had been there since 1996. So that was a long time ago, and it basically just needed a bit of TLC and a bit of an upgrade. So what they did is they refurbished it, and they kind of modernised it with the new Jurassic World theming, and changed the gates. They changed certain elements of the ride. Anyway, so that's recently just opened in the last week or so, which a lot of you may be obviously already aware of. So I'm gonna have just a little quick sort of just tell you what my opinions are of the ride. Some of the bits that I liked, some bits that I didn't like, and I think which, if they do eventually change the one over in Florida, they could learn from. So first things first, I'm gonna start with the queue time. The queue time's pretty high at the moment, as you can imagine. Brand new ride. The hype's pretty big over there. Brand new world, so they've sort of opened up the Jurassic World section. They brought new bars, new restaurants, the new traders, which is like the clothes shop with all the toys and stuff in as well. So that's pretty big. So the area in general has got a lot of visitors. So the queue time at the moment, I believe, is 240-minute wait, which is a lot for a log flume ride. Totally understandable though. While you're queuing up, you've got the TV screens with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard back as Owen and Claire, giving you their sort of, I guess, building you up for the story of what they've built in Jurassic World. So you're transferred back in time to Jurassic World back in 2015. Back in 2015, not the modern day Owen and Claire. So they've got the fringe, she's got the short hair again, and it's supposed to be set back then. So, which is good, which I'm glad about. I'm glad they chose to do that, because I think if it was a modern day or Owen and a modern day Claire, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't flow right with the Jurassic World story, because this is before Fallen Kingdom, and this is during when the park is now open. That's what they're selling. So, going forward, you see some really good videos, some information about what the park's about, what they've done. So you're supposed to, feel that this is a place that you've travelled to. This is a Jurassic World before you go on this ride. And I really like that element. I think that's great. Then you obviously get on the ride. It's still the same log flume. Updated the car. It's nice and white and silver and blue. A bit of a modern touch on it. And you go up and you go round the little bend. And before the gates would open, welcome to Jurassic Park. Now what they've changed is a lot of the outdoor Ultrasaur, I think they're called, like the Brachiosaurus type dinosaurs. They've got rid of those, and we've now got a brand new indoor section, which I think works really, really well. You're greeted with an amazing sort of Mosasaurus skeleton as you go around, with Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth sign at the bottom. And then you're in, I guess it's almost like you're under the water in the tank with them, like in a tunnel. So the Mosasaurus can swim above you and below you, and you see a great effects. The music for As Jurassic World Turns, I think the song is, comes on, so you feel like you're in that awe and wonder part of the park at the beginning of the film. And the Mosasaurus eats the shark and splashes water over you, over the sides of the tank, and then it swims and smacks into the tank, cracking it, and you get like the water coming all over to your face and stuff. And I think that's a really, really clever idea, and I love that. That's perfect. And then the ride moves on to a section which I'm not actually that impressed with. You've got the Stegosauruses. Now, the Stegosaurus was there originally, so the animatronic's not been updated, not quite screen accurate, bit slow and boring. Doesn't basically they could have at least used the Sinoceratops, which is quite a popular dinosaur in Fallen Kingdom, the new herbivore with a single horn, or the Stygimoloch. Stiggy was a pretty important character in Fallen Kingdom as well. Very funny sort of dinosaur as well. It was just like a crazy head-butting one that, don't know, just I feel like, especially today's children that have grown up with the World films as opposed to the Park films, they will associate themselves with those dinosaurs more than the older ones. I just didn't feel like, I don't know, if the Stegosaurus was a more modern Stegosaurus with better animatronic, I think it would have looked better. But the fact that it wasn't kind of made it look a bit out of place. And it's like they thought, yeah, let's just leave that. And don't worry, this is a bit more of, people that moan about the New World films and don't want to let go of the park. This is for them. But them doing that and not letting go, I think, kind of went against it, if you know what I mean. So then you move around to the next section, which is, I think there's a Parasaurolophus pops up from the wall, which is the same one from the original ride. Still looks good, and it's nothing against the animatronic whatsoever. Again, out of place, makes no sense. But I think they need, to be honest, in my personal opinion, I think they should have had almost like a gyrosphere valley with like just a gyrosphere sitting there, and with even if it's like an animatronic Triceratops or all the animals that you see in the film, because you don't see that section in Jurassic Park at all. So it just didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But that's just my opinion. Some people might love that. I think they should just gone full whack Jurassic World, leave Park alone, get rid of it. Either get rid of it or don't touch it. That's just my view. And that's what they've done obviously in Florida. They've not touched it yet. Regarding to the next section, you come across the old raptor paddock. Again, why is that there? Why not Chris Pratt's, Owen Grady's raptor paddock with the hexagon one, where you've got the cage and you've got the raptor heads. They could have built a cage out towards the water with the doors in, with the raptor heads inside, inside the little bit where they get checked and, teeth monitored and all that sort of stuff from the first movie. That would have felt so much more Jurassic World, would it not? I'd rather them have that and get rid of that raptor paddock. As good as the raptor paddock is in the first film and the first ride, it doesn't belong in the Jurassic World ride. It makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, moving on to the good bit. This is another good bit. You come across some of the Indominus Rex has now escaped. So you've got the tannoys going and the alarm systems and Bryce Dallas Howard's going in asset out of containment, which I think was very good. Brings you back to the movie again, and you've got the scratch marks, the claw marks, there's blood stains. You've got the cage has been broken out of even. However, again, the Indominus Rex cage wasn't open like that. It was a sliding door. So they've done half of it right with the concrete walls, exactly how how they were in the movie. But they should have done a sliding door that had been damaged, as if it's been ripped open. Not them ones. But that's another pet peeve of mine. I haven't heard anyone criticise that yet, but now I've said it, people will probably notice and then probably comment as well on Twitter and social media and stuff like that anyway. But anyway, moving round, you've got the T-Rex Kingdom. Okay, that's great. I like all that. I love all the bit where you go through the tunnel up to the big steep bit that you climb up. I love all the artwork on the sides, and I like all of the caging where the T-Rex is broken out of. I think that's very, very good as well. However, I think what they should have done is, I think one of the biggest parts of Jurassic World was the open up Paddock 9. They didn't do enough of opening up Paddock 9. They should have had almost like a shutter system in front of the bit that you go up, and that shutter has got the number 9 written on it, so it looks like the one in the movie. That goes up, and then you go up. Right? That's just me. That's another pet peeve. I think I should design rides personally, but that's just that's another thing. But once you go up and you've got all the TV saying Chris Pratt's going, you need to stay in your put your arms in. If you move, these animals are going to react. Great, love all that. Very, very, very Owen Grady. But the raptor that bursts out from the top, not needed. Makes zero sense again. I don't know why it's there. They should just left it. Just cut it away. Don't need it. But unless maybe it was they redesigned it to be one of the Charlie, Delta, or Echo, or have more of them. Have all 4 of them. If you're gonna have one, have them all. Don't bother just having one raptor. What's the point? But anyway, going past that, got over that bit. Going past it, an amazing animatronic head of the Indominus Rex. Superb. I've seen the behind the scenes video of that. Absolutely superb. I think it's screen accurate. Can't fault that whatsoever. I think that's phenomenal. And then you duck down, a little drop, Dilophosauruses. Now, they're not in the movie, but to be fair, I like the fact they brought those back in, because we've been completely shortchanged regarding the Dilophosauruses, I think, in all of the movies except the first one. And I think the fact they brought them back, nice little... It doesn't fit in with Jurassic World, but there wasn't an enclosure, and we never really got told about what happened regarding the Dilophosauruses. So in that section of the ride, when it's beyond the park, it makes sense for the Dilophosauruses to be there, because they're in the wild. You know, the Indominus and the Rex have all broke out, they're in the wild, and yeah, I'm happy. That bit I can completely live with. And the animatronics, superb. The bit, brilliant, and they squirt water. Good fun, like that. Anyway, then you go around a corner and you've got this animatronic version of Blue stood there, kind of rotating, a bit stiff, but it's I don't understand why it's just Blue, because that scene in the movie is when they face off with the Indominus, and you know the bit where they turn on the military guys. Why not have all 4? How awesome would it have been to see Charlie, Blue, Delta and Echo all stood there talking, barking at the Indominus Rex as it comes out from the other side on the left, communicating, and then you have a voiceover of Chris Pratt saying they're communicating, like that. I don't know, excuse the accent, but you get my point. Right, now that wouldn't have been too hard to do, surely. I know we always want something more, but I don't think that's a lot to ask. I really, really don't. And if this video, I doubt it will get anywhere, but if anyone from Universal in Florida design, they should do that. If they're going to change it, do that. I'm pretty sure most people would be okay with that. Having all 4 of them, it'd make more sense. It makes far more sense that all 4 of them raptors are out. They're facing off with the Indominus. Okay, and then obviously that Indominus comes out, the T-Rex comes out, and you get the face-off, which is kind of expected given the build-up, and it's a bit of a nod to the movie as well. Animatronics, all superb, and I love the setting, the nighttime, eerie, scary. Brilliant. I love that whole part of the ride. For what it is, I love what they did with it. That's just the only thing I would have changed. There's 2 things I'd changed. I would have given more raptors, not just Blue on its own. I'd have got all 4 of them there, barking at the Indominus. And the other thing is when you go through towards the drop, I would have the T-Rex and the Indominus roaring and almost fighting as you drop. So you're going underneath them as they're fighting and roaring at each other. I think that's much better. But that's just my opinion. Obviously, everyone's entitled to theirs. Some people are absolutely blown away by the ride and think it's phenomenal. I would give it an 8 out of 10. For me to give that a 10 out of 10, if you added them changes in that I spoke about, that would be a 10 out of 10. Perfect for me. Without them, I think it's an 8 out of 10 because I feel like they're cutting off their nose to spite their face, if you know that saying. Trying to hold on to the old part of the park when it's not needed. Just let go. Either keep it and upgrade it, upgrade the animatronics, make it look better, or just get rid of the whole lot and make it Jurassic World. And then make something else Jurassic Park. I don't know, just do that. Just don't, if Florida, please, just do not do the same. Either keep Jurassic Park and upgrade it, so you got one of each, everyone will be really, really happy with that, or completely upgrade it. Do not do what they've done in California. Anyway, superb ride, I think. I'm looking for one day. I've never been to California. One day I will get there, and I think I will love it. I guarantee, in person, the ride will probably feel fantastic, especially with all the sound effects, the lighting. I can imagine, like, it's already a massive improvement on what it was. Because I think it was overrated anyway. Like, I liked it, but just because of nostalgia. But I do think it was overrated as an attraction and outdated. So they've done a good job to a certain extent, but like I said, it's a solid 8 out of 10, not perfect. However, the Mosasaurus bit, phenomenal. Anyway, let's finish it there. That's my opinions. I hope you can agree with some of what I've said. If you want to share yours, please write them down in the comments, because I'd love to hear what you guys think of the new ride. Yeah, don't forget to click the notification bell and like the video if you enjoyed it. See you later. One more thing left to say. Life finds a way. See ya.